Everyone's a person. They have a heart, they have a soul, they have a mind. And not everybody is raised the right way, has the right psychological or physical ability.
A lot of these kids come from backgrounds that will bring tears to your eyes.
I've been here for 4 years, and I had no idea that people like these children existed.
They're products of abandonment, neglect. It's what they have come into their life having to deal with.
Presbyterian Children's Homes and Services actually began almost 100 years ago, 1914, in Farmington, Missouri, which was a small mining town. And since many parents were involved in the mining industry, there was a high rate of death and kids were orphaned.
My mother passed away in 1952, and then our minister at the Methodist Church and one of our doctors suggested to my dad that we go in the children's home because they knew that they could not take care of us. It was hard the first night, but my roommate, whose name was Phyllis, she kind of took over and helped me and adjusted me. But as days went on, we got adjusted. You met friends, and you became like sisters. Everybody was kind of like a big happy family. I'm thankful for being a part of that.
The children that we serve are in state custody, and they have been the victims of abuse, neglect, and so our teams of workers provide foster care case management, we provide mentoring, we have our Family Solutions for Kids program, transitional living, all the way up to residential. Our largest mentoring program is right here in St. Louis, and we serve 300 to 400 kids a year in that mentoring program.
He's a very special guy. He's like my best friend, but in a different normal way. But he's not my related person. He's one of the people that I would have a friendship with.
Once they get used to having you in their life, they begin to trust you. Once they trust you, now you can teach them.
He supports me throughout anything. And no matter what, he'll never give up for me.
My mom did drugs, and my stepdad was abusive. I just remember like a bunch of screaming and hitting me. He would abuse me physically and emotionally.
My situation before I met Lamisha was heartbreaking. I had disorders that I didn't know that I knew until I became suicidal.
Cassie has had a lot of things go on in her life that were very unfair for her. One of the hardest things has been for Cassie to be in a separate home from her sister. I'm seeing the pain that they go through being separated. I can provide some stability for them, that I can be a voice for them.
Sometimes I feel like, well, maybe it's not the diagnosis that's causing the problem. Maybe they just need someone there to listen, be that person to hug.
Even though she might be a case manager, she's kind of like my best friend too.
The residential programs, the kids live there. We have facility settings, we have houses in the community, so the kids are there 24/7.
When people ask me where I'm from, I always say Farmington, Missouri, because what it really means is home. I was born in state's custody. I never went home with my birth mother. She was 14. After that, I proceeded to go to about 7 different foster homes and 8 different children's homes, and the 9th home was Farmington.
Our newest program at the Ashley House in Springfield, and this is a program in which kids who, again, have been in the system for a while, but they have shown some success, they have stabilized, and really what they need are the independent living skills necessary to survive on their own.
I had really amazing mentors. Cindy Lively is also my biggest mentor and the person who pushed me the most. Our nickname for her was Cindy Mama, and Tony and I, we fought for her attention because he'd always get a better grade than me. He had to one-up me, and it was all because we wanted to be Cindy's favorite.
She was there at my college graduation. She was there when I bought my first house. She's there for the days I'm happy, the days I'm sad.
Once I arrived at Farmington, I always felt loved and cared for and never went without. And so it's because of them that I don't have that horrible story that people talk about.
My father and mother were divorced when I was a baby, and my father remarried. I thought the stepmom was nice for a few months. For whatever reason, I still don't know today, she just became a different person. And her methods of punishing me first was just go stand in the corner. After a while, she made me stand in the kitchen where she could see me. But it wasn't just standing there, I had to stand with my legs spread apart as far as possible. And over the minutes, I would edge in my ankles just a little bit to ease the pain. And she would come in the kitchen and kick out my feet to spread my legs even farther. There were times that she would lock me downstairs, and I slept on a porch swing that hung from the ceiling, and that was my bed. So it began at about 7, and that lasted about a year before the first time I was moved to my first home. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to end my life because I seemed to be a burden to other people. I think a lot of parents say to their child, you're gonna be somebody someday. And I hadn't heard that until I came to Farmington Children's Home. So when Jeff and Randy and Ernie and Cindy and Helen and all of the staff begin to talk to you and take the time and tell you what a bright young man you are, you eventually believe it. You believe that somebody's telling you the truth because that's what you've wanted to hear for so long. So I think that what inspired me the most is, as I'm going to school, I'm not standing in a corner trying to do my homework anymore. I have a real job. I'm making money. I'm in an independent living arrangement with Farmington Children's Home so that I can learn what it's like to take care of myself, go get my groceries, cook, go to work, go to school, and live with the normal life and pay taxes, right? Those little accomplishments begin to build just a little bit of pride in yourself, knowing that if I could do this today, what can I do tomorrow?
I want to be a photographer, for one, and I had this really crazy idea to write a book. I like writing.
I would like to be a police officer because I would like to teach people about the law.
I have so many things that I want to be, but my main goal that I really wanted to do was be a writer, because I love to write books and I love to be a writer. Like, I could write all day.
I like 50s movies, like Audrey Hepburn and Marilyn Monroe. I actually have pictures of them on my wall.
We went swimming, and I remember we had some great times there, because I actually got a froyo, and it was good.
Yes, this is the type of person I need. She's like, I just want you to be that bridge, that person that helps me reach all of my goals. And I was like, okay, I'm here, let's do it.
This was the first placement I had that I found people. All the other places were just moving parts, kids coming in and out, parents coming in and out in shifts. There was no connection. And so when I came to Farmington Children's Home and I saw people that actually cared, that took the time, I knew that these were people that shared their mission in caring for other kids and helping them become something.
Even as an adult, if I needed something, if I needed to reach out, I had a home.
If I could change something, the one thing in the whole wide world is the amount of love that people give. There's not enough love in the world.
Places like PCHAS helps train them, helps do their best to try to guide them in the right way with a higher power, Christ in mind.
If you got that compassion, that heart, that love, that TLC that you need, you'll definitely survive.
I also let God into my heart, and I guess I feel like life does get better from, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain.
Help support it, because that's the best thing that can happen to a child, is to have someone to help them.
If you allow us to help you, if you open your heart, open your mind, you can be better, you can be a success story. And then you could probably turn back around and tell your mother, tell your father, hey, I'm a success story, let me help you now.
I just want to be that person to put a smile on little kids' faces.
Can you believe this?
There's always someone in need. There's always somebody who needs help. There's someone who needs love, who needs guidance, who needs to understand that, yeah, it's not your fault that you are in the situation that you're in. If you allow us to help you, if you open your heart, open your mind, but they need the help is real, and God bless you for it.